We are going to upcycle plastic one fruit at a time. Today I'm sharing how to gold leaf plastic, and you will not believe the difference. I cannot wait to share. If you grew up in the plastic fruit era where your mom had that bowl of plastic fruit sitting on the kitchen table or the counter, you're gonna find this super amusing. I'm Denise from Salvaged Inspirations. Welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. Here's the bag of plastic fruit I found at my local thrift store selling for $9.99. I seriously cannot believe the prices of some of these thrift store items. I brought it home, opened the bag up, and I have to admit, plastic fruit has come a long way. It actually looked pretty darn realistic. Using a sponge sprayed with white lightning cleaner, I prepped this plastic fruit by giving it a wipe down, each piece a wipe down, which removes any dust, dirt, or oil. Then I gave it another quick wipe down with a sponge with clean water to remove any of the residue. One of the apples, and only one of them, which I found quite odd, decided to dye my hand candy apple red. I dried the fruit using an old towel. And then using a 220 grit sanding sponge, I gave each piece of fruit a light scuff sanding, very, very light, just to give the glue something to cling on to, which the glue I use, which I'll show you in a minute, it's super heavy duty. So you can actually even skip this step. But I guess I'm just so used to doing it with my furniture and it takes all of like a minute or two. I just decided to give it a scuff sanding. I put on a pair of gloves because when it comes to messy projects or gluey projects, I just feel much better wearing a pair of gloves. To apply gold leaf, a special adhesive glue is needed. Now you can find many different brands at craft stores, online on Amazon, but my favorite glue is this Stick With Me glue, and it is awesome. Using an inexpensive chip brush, I apply a thin, even coat where I want the gold leaf to stick. And it applies milky so you can see exactly where you're putting it down. I prefer using an inexpensive chip brush to do this because they are throwaway and this stuff is sticky. I would not want to clean this and have this go down my drains or anything. But I just continued to apply the Stick With Me glue to each and every piece of fruit. If it doesn't apply like totally even, like a total even layer, you don't have to worry about it. It's gonna dry tacky and the gold leaf is going to stick to it regardless. So you don't have to be overly particular about applying it, but you don't want huge, thick globs of it because then it's going to take a while to dry and get that tackiness. I made sure to get the bottom, the top, to get the little indents on the fruit and also the stems. And I don't know what was going on with this one apple, but even as I was applying this Stick With Me glue, it dyed the chip brush candy apple red. It dyed the glue candy apple red. I don't know why this one apple, I'm not sure what was going on with it, but I was amused. And now that the glue was all applied, it was just time to wait 15 to 20 minutes until it gets clear and tacky. I set my timer and went upstairs and just did a few different things while I was waiting. When I came back downstairs, this is what the fruit looked like. It actually looks sugar glazed. And here you can see where I'm pointing, a tiny little bit of glue that has not dried tacky yet because there was excess in the top little divot. But you really want it to look clear. So not milky anymore. And if you're in doubt, just touch it. It will feel very, very tacky. Now for the fun part. It's time to play with some sheets of gold. And sheets of gold leaf are very, very delicate and can blow away easily. So make sure there's no fans or windows open with a big breeze. It also tears very easily, as you can see. Like my first sheet was a little disastrous. It was sticking to my gloves. It was sticking to all the pieces of fruit. It was kind of funny, actually. And it's fun. This is a really fun project. So just have fun with it. There's really no right and wrong, as you'll see. I also wanted to mention that here I'm working with faux gold sheets, which I bought off Amazon, I believe for like $7 for this pack of 100. And I've already done a good few projects with them. So they're really inexpensive. You can get the faux gold for between $5 and $10 for a pack of 1 or 200, but they also sell real gold leaf sheets, and this sells for between $20 and $30 a pack for 100. So really, depending on how precious your project is and what you're working on, you might prefer using the real gold. I find the imitation gold for home decor perfectly fine though. So the first apple that I started on, it was a little bit of a learning curve for me. Each piece of fruit took about 2.5 sheets of gold leaf. And I got a little bit better as I did each fruit. It was not quite as messy. I kind of got the hang of it. I would apply one of the sheet underneath the fruit. Then I would use my brush to pat it on nicely. I would apply another sheet on the top of the fruit, use my brush to pat it on nicely, and then fill in the remaining gaps. I also wanted to mention that Lisa left an awesome comment on the SI blog on Tuesday when I originally posted this, and she suggested cheap cotton gloves rather than what I'm wearing. And she says it's life-changing when applying gold leaf. And I believe it. I love this idea. So next time I do the gold leaf, I'm hoping to find myself a cheap pair of cotton gloves because it would really, really help in the next portion of this where I burnish it on as well. So thank you, Lisa. I have to say, you guys, you always teach me something new. So I really appreciate it. And again, I just want to reassure you that if you're applying this gold leaf and you end up with wrinkles or it tears, or maybe there's places that the gold sheet has not covered, there is no need to panic. You just fill it in with the leftovers or the little torn pieces. And once you smooth everything out, it's going to look awesome. And just for reference, so you know where I got this idea from, my friend Terry and I spent a beautiful day walking around and shopping in downtown Dundas. And I saw these sweet gold gilded pears in one of the little shops. And they are the inspiration for today's makeover. So I can't wait to show you my version and hear what you think. Some other gold leaf decor ideas, because you can do a variety of plastic items. I mean, this is so easy, right? You can find them at plastic items at thrift stores, garage sales, in your kitchen. You could do plastic flower pots, plastic toy models like horses or any sort of other animals, plastic vases, plastic fruit, plastic pumpkins, plastic eggs, or any sort of plastic seasonal decor. There's so many things you could gold leaf, and it's super easy and has such an impact. Once I had the gold leaf stuck onto all the fruit, there were some wrinkles and loose flaky pieces. So to create a perfectly smooth finish, I burnished the gold leaf with a soft lint-free rag. And this step is optional. If you like a more organic textured look, you could leave it. There's no need to burnish, but I wanted a nice smooth look like my inspo pick. So I just rubbed gently all over and around all the fruit, and it turned out super smooth, shiny, and lovely. So just as a reminder, here's the before. And here's the after. And I like it just as much as my inspo pairs in the cute little Dundas shop. I think they turned out beautiful. And what a big difference from the plastic look right out of the bag. I am super pleased with this. In fact, I had so much fun. I've been looking around my house for something else I can gild and gold leaf. I hope you love the look as well, and I hope this salvaged bag of plastic fruit has inspired you to give gold leaf a try. I hope you enjoyed today's video and it's encouraged you to give gold leafing a try. It's super fun, it's super easy, and just check out the difference it makes, right? It's like night and day. Anyways, please leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you and thank you for all your support. You can also find me over at salvagedinspirations.com where I have over 500 furniture painting and DIY tutorials. Feel free to subscribe here on YouTube, and until next time, have a great week. Bye guys.